Introducing Decal Master, the ultimate Blender add-on designed to revolutionize the way you work with decals. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just getting started with 3D modeling, this tool is a game changer. Forget about dealing with complicated geometry or spending time manually setting up shrink-wrap modifiers. With Decal Master, the process is streamlined. You can project decals directly onto your textures, bypassing the need for tedious UV mapping. What makes Decal Master so powerful isn't just its simplicity, but its versatility. Imagine having full control over every aspect of the decals you create. Whether you're creating 3D assets, adding intricate details to a product design, or building detailed environments, Decal Master gives you the flexibility you need. Each decal you place can be adjusted and fine-tuned to fit seamlessly with your model. You're not just adding surface details, you're enhancing your entire workflow. The add-on is designed to make your life easier without sacrificing control, giving you the tools to customize every decal and ensuring they blend perfectly into your model's surface. And it doesn't stop there. You can also project normal stamps onto your models, adding an extra layer of detail with hard surface stamps, text, and more. This feature enables you to create detailed designs, engravings, and unique elements that truly enhance your work. Want to create custom decals and normal stamps? Don't worry. Decal Master comes with 3 powerful new tools: the Decal Creator, Normal Stamp Creator, and Image Tracer. With the Decal Creator, you can create decals directly from your mesh with just a click. The Normal Stamp Creator allows you to create normal maps from your mesh in the same easy manner. Finally, the Image Tracer tool lets you trace images into mesh, which you can then use with either the Decal Creator or Normal Stamp Creator, all with a simple click. These 3 tools work seamlessly together. The possibilities are endless, limited only by your imagination. Without any delay, let's dive in. Before we start, let's first install the add-on. Go to Edit, then Preferences, and select Add-ons. In the top right, click the arrow down button and choose Install from Disk. Finally, locate and install Decal Master. Here you can select the folder where your decals are stored. Then there's the UI scale setting. Changing it will adjust the text size in projection mode, as you can see in the screenshot. Now let's take a closer look at the add-on interface. First, there's the Add Decal Setup, which adds Decal Master's node setup into the active material. Just make sure an object is selected and has a material assigned before applying the setup. Next, you'll find the tools I mentioned earlier: Decal Creator, Normal Stamp Creator, and Image Tracer. Then we have the Files Remover, which will delete all files linked to Decal Master, including materials, nodes, and images. Essentially, if you need to clear all Decal Master files from your project, you can do it with a single click. Before adding the decal setup, be sure to select the correct material if your object has multiple materials. If there's only one, you can skip this step. Now let's go ahead and add the decal setup to get started. Once you click Add Decal Setup, the Decal Master node will automatically be placed next to the principled BSDF node. It will also trigger the auto-link function, which automatically links the sockets. The system checks the sockets connected to your principled BSDF node and links them directly to the Decal Master node. Now let's take a moment to explore the auto-link function. This feature automatically links the PBR sockets, so you can concentrate on your work without interruptions. You can add decals without linking the sockets, but linking them will provide you with greater control over your decals. The auto-link function can connect to a single principled BSDF node or multiple nodes if you're mixing them with a mix shader or add shader. Even if you have a complex node setup with several principled BSDF node, you can temporarily link your desired principled BSDF node to the Decal Master node and then click auto-link to establish the connection from that node. Afterward, just re-link your original principled BSDF node to its previous position. If the auto-link function can't find the nodes, it will prompt you to link the sockets manually. You can switch to the shader editor to do this, or simply click this button, which will split your window and open the shader editor for easy sockets linking. Here you can see that the auto-link function couldn't find a route to the principled BSDF node because it's linked to another node. In this situation, you can link the sockets manually or, as mentioned earlier, temporarily link your desired principled BSDF node to the Decal Master node and then use AutoLink. If you have only the principled BSDF node without any textures, the AutoLink will copy its PBR values, such as base color, metallic value, and roughness. The AutoLink feature is a real time saver, helping you streamline your workflow. To start adding decals, click Start Projecting. This opens a clean, distraction-free workspace for you to focus on adding decals. First, let's break down the UI. In the top left corner, the first line provides a tip that you can use Blender's default shortcuts for navigation. The second line shows the perspective and orthographic view modes. You can toggle between them by pressing numpad 5. The view mode will not impact how you project the decals. It's just for a visual reference. The third line shows the number of decals you've projected. Navigating in projection mode is very simple. It mirrors Blender's default navigation. If you're unfamiliar with Blender's navigation shortcuts, you can find them here. Here are some useful shortcuts. Numpad 1 switches to the front view, numpad 7 for the top view, and numpad 3 for the right view. To switch to the opposite side of each view, hold Ctrl and press the same keys. You can also use numpad 8 or 2 to orbit up and down, and numpad 4 or 6 to orbit left and right. Hold Shift plus numpad 4 or 6 to roll the view, and Ctrl plus numpad 2, 4, 6, or 8 to pan. Next, let's move to the bottom left section of the screen, where you'll find Decal Master's custom shortcuts. Let's quickly go over them. Press F to open the Decal browser. You'll notice an option for Remember Last Path. If switched on, this feature will save the location of the last decal you have imported. So the next time you open the Decal browser, it will automatically open the last path, regardless of the custom directory path set in the add-on preferences. This will override it, but you can turn it off anytime to revert to your custom directory path. To import a decal, simply choose an image, double-click it, or click Import Decal to bring it into your scene. Press S to scale the decal, R to rotate it, and C to start blending the decal. Keep in mind that blending will only work if there's a texture linked to the base color socket of the Decal Master node. If there's no texture linked or you're using a solid color, you won't see any blending effect. You can cycle through blending modes by scrolling the mouse wheel, which is handy when you're looking for a specific mode. If you hold F and move the mouse to the right, it will blend the decal with the underlying texture. Likewise, holding G and moving the mouse right will smooth out the blending between the decal and the texture. Next, we have decal masking. Press V to enter this mode. You'll have two options: Decal Alpha and Backface Masking. The Decal Alpha option turns your decal into an alpha, which is great for things like adding windows to walls or other transparent effects. The Backface Masking option hides the backside of any single face mesh, ensuring the decal only shows on the front-facing side. Next, we have the Auto Masking feature. When you project a decal, this feature will automatically mask out the backside of the object so the decal doesn't appear there. However, in some cases, you might not see the decal properly, or it may appear cut in half. In such instances, it's better to turn off auto masking by pressing M. You can always manually mask the decal later in the decal properties. With Decal Master, you can also project normal stamps onto your object. To enter normal map mode, simply click the Normal Map Mode button located next to the Start Projecting button. This mode functions just like Decal Projection mode, but is specifically for projecting normal stamps. If you notice the normal stamp isn't blending well with the material, ensure that the sockets are properly linked to the Decal Master node. If your material lacks textures, make sure the base color, roughness, and metallic values match those of the Decal Master node. You can always use the Auto Link feature as demonstrated earlier. You can easily add normal stamps or project any normal maps of your choice. If you want to create custom stamps, use the Normal Creator tool I demonstrated earlier. The real power comes from blending decals with normal stamps, allowing you to add incredibly realistic details, bringing your models to life with depth and precision. Let's explore Decal Master's layer-based system. This feature allows you to manage your decals effortlessly. Yellow diamonds represent projected decals, while pale lavender diamonds represent normal stamps. You have full control. Hide or unhide individual decals. Toggle all decals at once. Move them forward or backward in the stack. Remove them, or focus on a specific decal for precision edits. This system streamlines decal management, giving you total flexibility and control over your layers. Let's move on to the decal properties, beginning with masking. Decal Master offers versatile masking options to give you precise control over your decals. You can choose a single masking method or combine several techniques to tackle more complex scenarios. First up is projection distance, which sets the range from the camera to the object where the decal projects. Adjusting this value helps you mask decals effectively, preventing them from showing on the back of the object. Moreover, the Show Mask Preview option, found right next to the projection distance setting, lets you visualize the applied masks. This feature is applicable to all masking methods, ensuring you can see how each mask affects your decals in real time. Following that, we have the Gradient Mask feature. This allows you to mask your decals using a gradient effect, giving you more control over the appearance. You can choose the axis for the gradient, invert it, and apply feathering to create a softer transition. Continuing with face masking, this feature empowers you to apply decals specifically to selected faces of your object. To use it, enter Edit mode and choose the faces you want to mask. Then, click on Add Face Mask. This ensures that your decal only appears on those designated faces. You can also shrink the mask and apply feathering for a more gradual transition. The fourth masking method available is self-masking. This feature automatically creates a mask using the decal's own image as a black and white mask. It's particularly useful for masking image textures, allowing you to seamlessly blend the decal with the underlying material by leveraging the details in the image itself. This technique can enhance your workflow and produce more dynamic and visually appealing results. Lastly, we have the General Mask section, which includes various masking methods. As previously mentioned, two of these methods are backface masking and decal alpha. The final option is texture paint masking, a highly effective technique that lets you seamlessly paint the mask onto your surface. You can effortlessly start painting or utilize your own brushes and textures to accurately mask out the decal, ensuring a perfect fit and blend within your project. Next, we have the blending properties section. While we previously discussed this in the projection mode, you also have the option to adjust these settings here after projecting your decals. Next, we have the shading section, where you can fine-tune your decals to achieve a more polished look on your models. While it's not essential, having these options allows for greater control over the color, shading, and bump properties of your decals. You can add RGB curves, reset the settings, and adjust hue, saturation, and value. There's also an option to fill the decal with a solid color, as well as adjust metallic and roughness values. The metallic value defaults to a custom setting, indicated by the blue button with a minus symbol, giving you the flexibility to customize as needed. The roughness value pulls from global settings linked to the Decal Master roughness socket, affecting the decal based on any connected texture. If you prefer, you can also set a custom roughness value for individual decals. You can set decals to emit light by enabling emission. You can also adjust the transmission value to control how much light passes through the decal, adding depth and realism to your scene. You can also disable the Use Normal option for the decal, ensuring that it isn't influenced by the underlying normal map. You can enhance the decal by adding bump detail, giving it more depth and a realistic textured appearance on the surface. Next, we have the damage section where you can add tear and scratches to the decal. It's easy to apply tear effects, with full control over settings like tear amount, feathering, detail level, scale, and transformation, allowing you to fine-tune the damaged look to suit your model perfectly. You can also add scratches to the decal and customize the look by adjusting the scratch amount, scale, and transformation settings. Next is the FX section, where you can take your decals to the next level by adding special effects. You can shrink the decal, blur the edges for a seamless blend, or apply an overall blur to soften the entire decal. You can also add an edge noise effect, which works as an advanced tear effect, Or if you want the edges of your decals to appear more dynamic, these options offer even more creative control, allowing you to refine and customize the look of your decals with precision. And finally, we have the Transform section in Decal Properties. Here, you can move, scale, or rotate the decal, allowing you to make adjustments even after projection. If you want to remove the Decal Master node from the active material, simply click on Remove Decal Setup, and the node will be removed effortlessly. And that brings us to the end of our deep dive into Decal Master. You now have everything you need to create amazing, detailed models using its powerful tools. So let your creativity shine. For those of you looking for instant realism, be sure to check out my One-Click Age add-on, which adds aging effects to your models with just a click. I've got a video on it on my channel, and you can grab both Decal Master and One-Click Age on Blender Market. Links are in the description. If you have any questions or need help, feel free to reach out. Thanks for tuning in, and keep creating awesome stuff.